Ready to move to Canada, but not sure which city to settle as a newcomer, as a new immigrant? Yes, there are several things to consider when selecting the right city to live in. And these factors include the weather, the climate, as you know, the cost of living, your support system, and also job opportunities. So in today's video, I'll be sharing with you the top 5 cities that I would recommend for newcomers, for new immigrants to settle in Canada. Stay tuned, we'll be right back. Hey, welcome back to my channel. If you're new to me here, my name is Yasheika Turner, and on this channel I share my story as a Jamaican Canadian immigrant and helping you to create your success story here in Canada. So in today's video, I'll be sharing with you the top 5 cities I would recommend for you settling in Canada as a new immigrant, as a newcomer. Now, Canada is huge. We have the West Coast. The West Coast is usually the warmer climate, but it's usually a bit more expensive. There is the East Coast, which includes Ontario and Quebec. There is the Atlantic, where there is cooler weather. Yes, can be cold. So if you're not the person that like the coldness, then the West Coast might be for you, or the East Coast, not the Atlantic. So let's dive right in. But before we begin, I've done a previous video a few weeks ago on how to select the right province, and you'll find that video here, selecting the right province. While in this video, I'll be diving in selecting the right city for you to live in. Now, before we go any foot further, please like this video right now, because you might forget to like it at the end. If you find this video was not beneficial for you, then feel free to unlike it after. But I recommend you like it now. Share it. Subscribe to my channel so you won't be missing out on my future videos to come. Are you ready? Like, follow, subscribe, share. All right, let's go. Okay, number 1 city up in line is Vancouver. So Vancouver is on the western side of Canada. So of course it's warmer. It has job opportunities, and it's warmer. So if you're not that person who you know you won't be able to adjust to the cold weather here in Canada over the Atlantic side, then go to Vancouver. Vancouver is in the western side. The downside is it can be a little bit more pricier than other cities. It's a smaller city. There can be job opportunities there, but as I said, if you're not that person that you know the cold weather is not for you, then go with Vancouver. Feel free to do some more research. I've never been in Vancouver before, but based on research and just asking questions, Googling, researching, then I added Vancouver on the list. Also, Vancouver has lots of outdoor activities. So if you're thinking of a warmer side of Canada, go with Vancouver, okay? Next up, we have Calgary. Now, Calgary is in the Atlantic, so of course it's cooler. If you don't mind the cold, then go to Calgary, because Calgary is less expensive. Yes, less expensive. It has the lowest taxes. Calgary is located in Alberta, and it has an average of around 1.5 million people. Yes, there's opportunity to immigrate there with the migration process there. Lots of outdoor activities. I heard it's beautiful there. I've never visited there before, but based on my research, I would go there. I would live there if I if I don't mind the cold, that is. But if you're looking on cost of living, then go to Calgary. The downside though is that if you're traveling, if you're migrating from Jamaica, then it's further away. You'll have to take 2 planes, connecting flights, going to Jamaica. So that would be the downside. But if you don't mind that, and you're looking into cost of living, budgeting, and all that, then go for Calgary. Calgary. Why am I saying Calgary? Calgary. Okay, that's number 2. Next up in line, number 3 is Ottawa. Now, Ottawa is the capital of Canada and it has an average of 1 million people. Now, Ottawa being the capital, it is a government city. So, with that being said, there are lots of job opportunities there in Ottawa, and Ottawa is in Ontario. So, comparing the coldness, it's not that cool as Calgary and it's not that warm as Vancouver. So, it's in the middle. So, if you are interested in Ottawa, go to Ottawa. Ottawa will be good, nice enough city. I've visited Ottawa before. Cost of living is in the middle, also, I would say. But job opportunities for migration, go to Ottawa. Number 4, we have the big Toronto. Yes, everybody knows about Toronto. Toronto is a huge city, lots of people, and almost half of the people living in Toronto were born outside of Canada. So it's a very diverse. Definitely going to Toronto, you will meet other people with your race. If you're Jamaicans, there's lots of Jamaicans. You find everybody in Toronto. Jamaicans, Chinese, Asian, African, every different culture. So Toronto is the go-to spot for a lot of immigrants because it's just a popular spot. Very popular. Lots of activities there to do. The CN Tower is in Toronto. When it's summertime, there's lots of festivities and activities there in Toronto. But for me, the downside is it's very overpopulated. It's a city, right? So if you're coming like from Kingston, Negril, Montego Bay, we're just used to the city life, Toronto will be the go-to place, the party city, clubs, the world works. But the downside, as I said, is population. I find it's too populated for me. Rather, it's too busy. It's more expensive to the compared to the rural areas, and so those are the downsides. But when it comes to transit, the TTC right there effective. So if you're landing here and you know you won't be able to afford a vehicle anytime soon, Toronto is a go-to place for quick transportation in and out. You have buses, GO trains, what else? Taxis, Uber, everything is in Toronto. But as I said, the employment can be competitive, and finding accommodation can be expensive. So consider the expense if you're considering Toronto. But if you want the excitement and the livelihood and all of that people, then Toronto is your place to go. Now stay tuned as we go right into number 5. Don't leave. Number 4, ready for number 5. If you are liking this video, hit the like button. If you've already considered what city you are going to live, comment below. If you're already here, you're settled, you're not a newcomer, let me know in the comments what city you choose to settle in on arrival in Canada. Now, let's go to number 5. Number 5 for me is Hamilton. Yes, Hamilton. I'm just being biased maybe because I live in Hamilton. But when I landed in Canada, I landed in Mississauga. Mississauga is beautiful compared to Hamilton. It's a bit top of the notch, upscale city. And what the downside is, I wasn't able to find a job. So Mississauga is close to Toronto. It's in the GTA, you call it. Mississauga, Brampton, Toronto, they're all in that location. Scarborough, all in that location. But for me, Hamilton was the go-to and more cost-effective. That's the reason why I chose Hamilton. So living in Mississauga, was unable to get a job, came to Hamilton as a temporary plan, but I ended up staying here because when I calculated the cost of living and the opportunity to progress with jobs, less competitive and easier to get to own your own, renting and all of that, or to buying a house, it's cheaper. I found it more cost of living. And the other advantage of Hamilton is that I'm close to the US border. Not even an hour away, maybe 50 minutes away from the US border. Close to the Great Niagara Falls, just like 45 minutes away. There are lots of hospitals here in Hamilton. So if you're a nurse, that's a bonus. If you're in the healthcare system, that's a bonus, because there's lots of opportunities for a job. We have Master Hospital, Hamilton General, St. Joseph Hospital, both mental health and general, and St. Peter's Hospital, and several nursing homes. So Hamilton would be my go-to recommendation. If you're a nurse moving to Canada, ready to settle, then Hamilton is my number one pick. So thank you so much for watching this video. Stay tuned for my next video, and here I'll be listing my playlist of what to expect when you're moving to Canada so you can be prepared. I also have my book, What to Expect When Moving to Canada, which is available on Amazon on both Kindle and hard copy. Again, thank you so much. Please share this video with somebody. If you're there already, you're sick a long time, this video and a feel, please share it with a family or a friend who you know will benefit from this information. Thanks again.